served 2 combat tours in Iraq, 2003 and 2005. And he's still a member of the Marine Reserve. Of course, once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine.
Hoorah.
At this time, I give you David Hixon.
Thank you very much for having me out today. I really appreciate it. I brought a wild crowd with me too. Watch out for these guys. And my wife. She can be me. Just like to start out real quick with something I was looking into about Memorial Day is regarding our flag ceremony and what the flag going to half-mast means. Part of the Memorial Day tradition is we take our flag down to half-mast until noon. And we move the flag down slowly to half-mast, and then at noon we move it back briskly up to the top of the staff. And the reason why we do that is to bring it down slowly to honor the fallen, and then at noon it stays down for only half the day to go back up to remind us that we rise up and we don't let those memories go in vain, and that we continue to honor our fallen by bringing the flag back up briskly so that they might carry on, so we can carry on. And that's to honor those who died in our wars across the country and across the world. I thought that was kind of an interesting fact. I had never known that before. I'll give you a brief history of my service. I enlisted in 1999 into the Marine Corps. I went in primarily because my father was a Marine and my brother was a Marine, and I wanted to follow in their footsteps and kind of honor our family tradition. And I didn't know it was going to be that hard, though. They told me some stories, but I had no idea Paris Island was a very, very hot place in the summertime. And the sand fleas, there's a lot of sand fleas. I got through boot camp, basic training, and graduated September 3rd of 1999. And after that, I went on to my amphibious assault vehicle operator course, which is, lack of a better term, is called an Amtrak. It's an amphibious vehicle that carries infantry from ship to shore. I got through my operator's training course in December and came back home, and I was actually enlisted into the reserves. I came back and went to college at University of South Florida, go Bulls. After that, 9/11 happened in September 11th. I think we all know where we were that day. I know for that it was a big game changer for me. I went in prior to 9/11 and never thought I'd get shipped off to any kind of war. My dad just barely missed Vietnam. My brother missed the Gulf War, so I drew the short straw, I guess, in our family. But 9/11 happened, kind of energized us. It really, brought the patriotism out, and then, the training became serious because we all kind of figured it was going to get put to use here pretty soon. And we got called up to go to Iraq. We were told we're going to the Middle East because this was prior to the war, the invasion. We had to go to Kuwait. We sat in the desert for a few months until they got all the gear shipped over there and we were ready to go to war. And once they did that, I was with the 1st Marine Division, and then we went all the way from Kuwait up to Baghdad, and we fought in Battle of An Nasiriyah, which is Ambush Alley. There's a couple books that were written on that. All the way up through Al-Heat, up into Baghdad. It's a pretty crazy couple of months there fighting, but we did an outstanding job. And we were happy to come home too when we got done with that. So I came back and went active duty in the Marine Corps, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to volunteer to go back. Our unit was getting shipped off again, and I couldn't stand to see some of these young Marines I'd become friends with go without some of the guys that needed leadership. And I had been to combat already one time, so I figured I'd go with them and try to help out as much as I could. So I took my second tour to the Al Anbar province of Iraq. I had no idea that my unit was going to be the hardest hit Marine unit since any unit since Vietnam. We lost 48 Marines. I was with a company out of Ohio, Lehman Company, 3rd Battalion, 25th Marines, and we got shipped out to they always put the Marines in the best places. We got shipped to probably much the heart of the insurgency out west in the Al Anbar province, and a little town called Al Qaim and Haditha and Heat, which they're actively still fighting in right now today. We got out there and pretty much outnumbered and outgunned the entire time. Our 7 months over there, we were faced a lot of challenges just with gear and supplies, and then manpower, and we just didn't bank on the level of insurgency there where we were. So, but we did do a successful job, and we cleared out. We did more operations than any unit over in Iraq either, but as well. And we cleaned up all the cities that we could, and did a lot of good work over there, and built some schools, and also managed to do some charitable stuff too for the civilians who were really in a bad spot there too. So that was my second tour, and that's kind of what brings me to the point of my Memorial Day speech. Is I served with a gentleman named Sergeant Bradley Harper. He was a reservist out of Ohio. Brad and I became really good friends during our workup training operations prior to going over. And Brad was recently married, young guy. He was killed on August 3rd, 2005. Brad was remembered by a lot of people. I think most importantly on the police force, he's a Virginia Beach police officer. That guys that work with him there said he's just an outstanding guy. You just couldn't get under his skin. He just had a great attitude and always had a smile on his face. Him and I had a blast over in Iraq. I mean, as far as just joking around and having fun together, and you know, it was a terrible loss. I still miss him every day. I think about him, and saw the other Marines I served with. Brad Harper was an inspiration to me as a Marine. He was an outstanding Marine. Knew his job inside and out on operations. He was a technical whiz and could get things done that a lot of Marines couldn't get done. And he also was a great mentor. He taught young guys how to do things, and he did it with a smile. He liked to work with Brad. He didn't have to work for him, you know, one of those kind of people. And he was just a great guy. As far as a friend, I could count on him and talk to him about anything. And he was never judge you, just listen to you. And he was a good person. He was always there. And you know, he means a lot to me. So I'd like to honor him today in our service, in Sergeant Bradley Harper's service to our country. In closing, I think Memorial Day is what kind of sets us apart as a country. There's a lot of different holidays that we have, but Memorial Day is the day we take time to honor those who didn't make it home and paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country and our freedom. And it's a real humbling day, you know, if you think about it, because that's what separates us as Americans from all the other countries in the world, is that we honor ours who've fallen, and we take care of each other, and we take care of our own. And I think that's what makes us the greatest country in the world. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.